What up, though? And great morning to you. I missed a couple of days on my project, and this 30-day challenge started off with a whole lot of eagerness and, oh, I can do that. That's no biggie. That's not a lot of time. But I'm noticing that the things that I say that I want, am I willing to work for it? And I gave myself excuses for a couple of days. And that just made me think, do you really want it that bad? But enough about that. I'm going to go ahead and go forward with my story. I talked about how I ended up in Georgia. But I kind of wanted to start discussing a little bit why I decided to choose Georgia. Atlanta, to be exact. And it really started festering for some years when I was working for Bank of America. Like I said in my other video, I wanted to transfer my bank job out here. And with the promotion that I had, I just knew it was going to be, the right time to do it, but it was just too little too late. So when I did come to visit my cousin, I fell in love with Atlanta. State of Georgia, first of all, it's so different from Cali. You see on the movies how California is portrayed as, this glamorous city life with movie stars and all types of exciting beaches and things like that. But there is a lot in California that, you drive an hour here, you're in a whole different part of California. It just looks so different than what you would envision. Beachside, wine country. Where I'm from, it's a small Navy town, and it's literally in the middle of nowhere. So I always tell people, if you want to know where I'm from, get the map of California, put your finger right in the middle of the state, and that's where I'm from. The valley, the middle of nowhere, desert, a whole dust bowl. I could go on and on. It's country. It's real country. And I know when people say country, they're thinking southern drawl. They're thinking southern when they think country. But in reality, California is huge on agriculture. And we provide a mass majority of produce that goes nationwide. It starts in California, in the country where I'm from. So, being that I'm from a small town, not a lot of people look like me, and if they do, they're probably related to me. I was tired of it. And I know there are different parts of California where there may be a more increased population of the Black community. But I guess I was just over California in general, California people, places. I was just ready for something totally new. When I came to Georgia, what impacted me the most, it's small to most because you guys probably grew up with that. Maybe you are accustomed to these views, but being able to walk into a Walgreens where the clerks are Black, the man sweeping the floor is Black, the register people are Black, the manager is Black. Everyone who worked in that particular store was Black. They looked like me. And that just made me that triggered something in me, because where I'm from, I can count on one finger how many black bosses that I've worked under. And in that same finger, it was just a woman. So I've only worked for one black person who happened to be a woman, and that was very, empowering as well. But knowing that a whole business can be ran with people that look like me just made me, I don't know, just kind of like tingled me. I don't know, it just really triggered something that I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go pack my bags or whatever, but I'm gonna be right back, Georgia. So, like I said, I went back to Cali. It was season change. I went and got my winter clothes. And I came on back. I had nothing but the clothes on my back. I didn't have a place to stay. I didn't have a car. I didn't have a job. Excuse me. And my unemployment was running out. So I'm applying, crazy. I'm applying everywhere. My cousin gave me the idea to get a trade. I was like, oh, okay, she's like, why don't you bartend? And I was like, oh, that's a cool idea. So I went to bartending school in the meantime while I was waiting for some things to get in the works. And let me tell you, one thing I've learned about corporate America is always about who you know. I got into Emory with a friend of mine from back home. I've never worked in healthcare, and I was a little intimidated because I'm just like, this is not, like, I'm a banker. I'm still in that mindset. I'm still angry, and I'm like, I'm a banker. But I also have a lot of customer service skills, and that's mainly what the job was about. They can teach you the medical part of it, but do you possess the customer service part of it? So I got in, and I've been growing in my department for the past 4 years, and now I'm able to provide health benefits for my daughter, which is a blessing because for years I didn't have benefits from being unemployed, from being too old. I got kicked off my mom's insurance, so it just started all working to fall in place. Now, the exciting part about coming to Georgia, it just must have been what was meant for me, because ain't no way with the credit score I had that I should have been able to get a car. It wasn't brand new, it was actually a lemon, and a place to stay with no job. All I had was my agreement letter that I'm going to be making this much a year and my first check will be this day, blah, blah, blah. I got in, I applied for the apartment one night and I got the keys the next day. I went up with some cash for the car and I got the car that day. The job, I went and things just started working out, and I knew if I waited until I got all my ducks in a row, I would have still been waiting. I would have still been waiting for the right time, for the right opportunity, for that moment to say, I'm ready. And I want to encourage someone who is on the fence about, making a leap of faith towards what they feel their life is supposed to be, what they feel is a goal of theirs. If you are on the fence about it, don't have all your ducks in a row. Your credit is shot, your bank account is low, maybe in the red. You're just in a place of limbo, so to speak, to where you're kind of half in, half out of who you are now and who you're meant to be. I just hope that anything that I say could light you up to, light that fire get things going and just be bold enough and brave enough to do something that not everybody is doing. Because if everyone was doing it, then it wouldn't be such a drastic move. It'll be, very common. I know a lot of people come to Atlanta. Everyone has their own personal reasons. My reason was because I wanted to be around my people. I wanted to be around people who looked like me. I was proud of the fact that people who looked like me ran Atlanta. Like, we running it, you know what I'm saying? There may be some issues in between the lines and whatnot, but for the most part, being a black woman in America is changing in a great way, and I see it here. Now that I'm in the department I'm in, my manager is a black woman. Her manager is a black woman. Her superior and her peers are black women, black men, and it's just so powerful to me. I've never understood the dynamic of just that cultural influence that you could attain from just seeing something different, something new, something familiar that looks like you. Am I Dr. Seuss today? I just really wanted to talk about that, get that off my chest. I know I talked about how I came out to Atlanta on really a hope and a dream, an unemployment card that had a couple $100s on it, clothes on my back, thankfully a flat air mattress that my cousin let me sleep on for a couple of months, and I was ready. I was in my late 20s, and I was just ready for something new. The lifestyle I was living back home, because it's such a small place, everyone knows your name. It's almost like they not influence, but they enable the handicap of, oh, you're unemployed right now. Oh, you don't have a car right now. Oh, like different things that you should be holding on to as an adult. It was like crippling me, because the loving people in my life would let me live my life, and no one ever pushed me to go and find a job, go and do anything. They just let me kind of waddle in it, and it took seeing the surroundings here in Georgia to get out of my waddle state of mind and just start walking, like seriously start walking in what I want, what I believe is meant for me, and all the possibilities to come for it. So don't stay stuck wherever you are. You can change your life.